Hey everyone, it's Bailey from Making Up the Midwest, and in this video I'm going to be telling you all about my top emerald picks for the year. As many of you know, especially if you watch my channel, this is the year of emerald. Pantone and Sephora, or maybe it's just Pantone, I don't actually even know how it works, but someone called emerald the color of the year, so I took it upon myself to share with you all of my favorite emerald items, both drugstore and high-end-ish kind of. And to be real honest, I can't tell you how strictly I'm going to adhere to this year-long color thing, because I certainly didn't with tangerine last year, but I did think it was really fun to go through my collection and find the products, my emerald products, my green products that I thought, I'd certainly pull out more. It just gave me some more inspiration to try new things. So I'm thinking of making this a series. If you'd be interested in, seeing more videos of me talking about various colored items in my collection, leave me a comment. Let me know what color you'd like to hear, or any of that good stuff. So without further ado, let's get started. Due to the nature of the color emerald, the fact that you're not going to really wear it anywhere but mostly your eyes on a daily basis, although some of you might, and that is awesome, I don't have those products. So most of the products you're going to be seeing in this video are going to be eye products, although I try to get crafty and find other green items that I absolutely loved and would recommend, but for the most part it's going to be eyes. So bear with me, but we'll start with nails for now. So my top nail picks are actually both reasonably priced, mostly because I don't own a ton of outrageously priced nail polish, but they are this Avon Nailwear Pro Plus nail enamel in Noir Emerald, I believe is the shade, and this is Revlon's Color Stay Longwear nail enamel in the shade Rain Forest, and wouldn't you know, I have neither of them on my nails right now. Forethought, people. But I do have reviews, I believe, and swatches on the blog of each of these, so I'll link to those below if you're interested in seeing what these actually look like on the nail. So let's get to the eyes, because it's going to happen, people. This is the Jessie's Girl Eye Color Collection in the the palette is called The Eyes Have It. It is a palette pretty much entirely of greens. There are some taupey, browny neutrals here, but it's mostly, there's this true emerald and then some teals, but it's just a wide range of greens and browns. It's kind of a la Comfort Zone, or Wet n Wild's Comfort Zone, very similar to that. I was majorly impressed when I first tried this palette out because the shadows were so smooth. They weren't very powdery, they were really pigmented, and it's greens. I'm a huge fan of green because it's so easy to mix and match. It goes well with neutrals, and yet you can play it up to be bold. So I was still am a huge fan of this palette, as I'm recommending it to you, and it's really reasonably priced. I mean, it's a drugstore product. Now the problem is it's not available in all drugstores. In fact, I'm pretty sure Jessie's Girl is exclusively sold at Rite Aid, which I certainly don't have here in Illinois, but or where I live in Illinois, but some of you might have it elsewhere. So it's limited in where you can get it, but that's why I included many more palettes. This is a palette I recently picked up, obviously, for the 50% off from CVS. This is Rimmel's eyeshadow quad in green sapphire, and I've been really loving using this lately. The shades are pretty pigmented. I wouldn't say they're the creamiest things out there, but they're surprisingly pigmented. Consider this is probably a $5 little quad here, and this you do get your kind of bright frosty champagne highlight, and then some really faceted greens. There's like this blackened green, this true emerald green, and then a light kind of olivey green, which is really great and pretty much all you need to create anything from a light neutral green to a dark vampy going out green look. This one I'm going to spend a really brief amount of time on because it was limited edition. You might be able to find it if your drugstore didn't sell out of them immediately, but this is the Maybelline Color Tattoo in the shade Ready Set Green, yes, and it's just as green as it gets. So I'm not gonna go into too much detail, but if you have it, if you were lucky enough to snag it while it was out, bring this puppy out because 'tis the season, or the year, whatever. The next product isn't limited edition, luckily. It's the L'Oreal Infallible Eyeshadow, and this is in the shade Golden Emerald. These are unbelievable single eyeshadows and worth honestly every penny because they are so creamy. You get a ton of product and they're just so well pigmented. I actually had a request from a viewer to do a tutorial using this, so that will be coming up probably within the next few videos, but not immediately afterwards, because I did just do kind of a emeraldy orange tutorial not far back. So this will wait, but it is coming. I'm going to do a look using this. So any suggestions you have, I would love to hear that in the comment section. Now this is the last single eyeshadow, and it is by Inglot. This is A pearl eyeshadow in number 414. I've used this quite a few times in tutorials actually because I love Inglot shadows, period. I mean, I will recommend them to the sky and beyond. That doesn't mean that doesn't make sense, but we're gonna go with it. They're just the bomb. That makes perfect sense. This, like I said, it's 414. It's this emerald green color, kind of, it has a hint of black, and it's not like pure emerald, but it's just so delicious and pigmented and smooth. Yum. Now I thought I would also, to change things up because green eyeshadows can get old, I thought I would give you some eyeshadows that actually emphasize green eyes if you already have them, because let's get real, if you got it, flaunt it. So here is, I have both a drugstore and a high-end alternative for you. If you have green or even hazel eyes, both of these palettes will make them either look greener or bring the green out in your hazel eyes. So that was kind of self-explanatory. Here we go. For my high-end pick, I have the Too Faced Romantic Eye palette, and this is a palette full of purples and antique golds and browns and this little pink shade, and all of those really serve to bring out greens and hazel eyes or really emphasize the green eyes you already have. Love this palette. I've used it in at least one tutorial before, and the quality of the shadows is amazing. Well worth it. The drugstore pick is this NYC Individual Eyes palette, and this is 4 green eyes in the palette shade, or the palette's called Smoky Greens, and inside you have your usual primer and highlighter, but then the colors of the shadows are a cream, a light purple, a burgundy, and then a deep blackened plum kind of. It's like, it looks almost taupey gray, but you can see it has a hint of purple to complement the other shadows in here, and I love this. Now, it's not as pigmented as some of the other Individual Eyes palettes I've used before, but it's not half bad, folks, and they come off as really nice kind of satiny matte shades, so they're really nice and flattering for even more mature eyes, which is kind of nice to see from the drugstore. So I would highly recommend this because I don't think they cost more than $5 or $6, so good deal if you ask me. For liners, again, high and low, well, not even necessarily high end. This is Sephora's crayon, or jumbo crayon, no, jumbo liner, 12-hour wear, waterproof. I love these, and this is in the shade green, just number 10 green. And I have sworn by these for quite some time now because they truly are waterproof. They're like high-end jumbo pencils you'll find from Urban Decay, or does Makeup Forever make them? I don't even know. But they are very similar to high-end jumbo pencils, but they're about half the price. I believe these retail for $10. Maybe they've hiked it up to $11, but I think they were $10 when I purchased them, which was literally half the price of competing large eye crayon things on the market. So I just can't get over how nice these are for the money. And yeah, this happens to be a really nice emerald, almost has a metallic finish green. Now the drugstore pick is the Revlon Grow Luscious Liner, and is actually in the shade Emerald, but this is more, to me, it's more than just an emerald. It's really multifaceted. It has kind of an emerald base. The liner itself is emerald, but then it has almost light blue or aqua sparkles in it, and it just looks beautiful on and can go with both blue and green, but it looks really nice as a green. So, and it's drugstore. I don't think it's, you know, $8 or $9, so good deal. But that being said, it's not too far away from this. That shows you how good a deal this sucker is. Now for what might be a sort of surprising green pick is the Smashbox Photo Finish Primer. It is green, it's meant to correct redness on the face, and this is not an everyday use kind of item for me because I don't tend to get that red in my face. But if I have allergies, if my eyes are puffy, if I just am particularly hot, or my cheeks are kind of irritated and they have a flush about them, I will apply this down the center of my face and on my cheeks to really cancel out that redness. And I love this. It's been happening more and more during the winter as my skin gets drier and like dust and allergies and stuff like that. So it's really been useful, and it's almost been kind of a daily thing, but I definitely wouldn't consider this a daily, year-round daily kind of thing, but it's still very useful, and it's green. This is where I started getting crafty. This is the CoverGirl Clump Crusher Mascara, and the only thing green about it is the packaging, but I've really been liking it lately. In the past few tutorials I've used it, and it really is good at crushing clumps. I have a review of this on the blog where you can see before and afters and details, all that good stuff. But just in a nutshell, what I would have to say about this is it is good at crushing clumps, but it's also a less dramatic mascara. So if you're looking for something that really is more daytime wear, it's not going to make your lashes look huge and false and big, which has its time and place. This is really good for daytime, if you ask me. So I really like it. It's green. It's in this collection. And my last pick, again, one that's a little more creative, are these green Bdellium tools with the bamboo handles and green, well, some of them are green bristles. They're meant to be green. And yeah, I just thought it was really fun because I do love these. They're super soft, they're synthetic, so they're good to use with creams and everything. And the ones here are actually the brushes I would pick. This is the 785, which is a small tapered blending, and then a large tapered blending, which is a 787. This is an all over face brush, which is just so good for everything. Here is a lip brush. This is the 542, and I love this because it's thicker. Unlike so many lip brushes I have, like the Real Techniques, this is thicker at the base, and it really does, it tapers in like every other lip brush does, but it's kind of nice to have this thick base for the wider parts of your lips. And then the lash brush is this Duo Fiber Flat Shader, and it is the 775. I love, obviously, it's well used. I really, really love this brush. Also, these are really nice for traveling because of their petite handle, so that's good as well. I believe those are all of my emerald picks. I hope you guys enjoyed listening to that and you weren't just bored to tears, although I don't think you'd be watching if you were. So I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comment section if you'd like this series to be like a thing in the future, or I'd love to hear what emerald look you are planning on rocking, you know, suggestions of what you'd like to see, all that jazz. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!